than any other. And there's a main reason for that. It is not me as much as it is the message of freedom and hope. How can anybody turn down the opportunity to vote for freedom? Because it does give us hope, because it is through freedom that you have prosperity. And if you look at the Constitution, which has traditionally in the past protected our freedoms, it also protected us in a strong national defense sense. But here today, instead of having peace and strong national defense, we have drifted off because we have drifted from the Constitution. If we want freedom and prosperity and peace and hope, we must return to the Constitution. The magnificent thing about the campaign and the Constitution is it brings people together. Other forms of government always divide people. They're always dividing over the loot they take from us, and they divide over the power that gravitates to the central government. But our program and the Constitution actually brings people together because your wealth and your well-being in your own life becomes your own. And the magnificent thing about that is there's more production. It's under freedom that you have an enlarging, wealthier middle class, which is something America has always been well known for. But today, what I sense, and because the campaign is doing so well, is that people are sensing there's something wrong. There's something wrong with the monetary system. There's something rotten about the tax system. Especially young people are gathering together in the campaign because they realize that another generation has passed on to them a great burden. A great burden that compromises their freedoms, their personal choices, the economic prosperity. At the same time, they've been delivered a foreign policy which is unsustainable. We're in 130 countries in several wars, and it's falling on the young people, both financially and the burden of the families and those who want to defend this country but get pushed into doing things that we shouldn't be doing. So it is not too complicated to figure out why people will come in this direction, and young people say, how in the world are we going to work hard enough to take care of $70 trillion worth of entitlements? It can't be taken care of unless we do something. We have to renew our understanding what the role of government ought to be. Under the Constitution and direct information that we got in the Constitutional Convention, what the founders believe, government should be very limited. The Constitution does one thing: it restrains the government. It should never restrain the people. The Constitution is designed for the purpose of making government open, that there are no secrets in government, but to make sure that you as an individual have your privacy. But unfortunately, we've gone in the wrong direction. The government now is totally secret, and our privacy is being invaded every single day. So it is not difficult to take the remaining amount of freedom that we have today and use it to restore those principles. This is what America's been all about, and we still have this opportunity. We might not have the funds, and we might not have the major networks, but we do have the internet and all other means of electronic communication. And this is what actually the secret weapon has been. It is a political equalizer, and all we need to do is have not only faith and confidence and understanding, we have to be willing to work hard and do the job. The first major test of whether or not we can translate this tremendous, unbelievable, surprising support that we have received on the internet, whether or not we can translate that into actual people coming and voting. So this is the test. The test is today. Many of you from Iowa will be voting, and that is great. We need your vote. But many of you are not from Iowa. You can persuade 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 today, because more than a third of the people that came here today are said to be undecided. So only introduce them to the ideas and the wonderful aspects of freedom and what America's been all about. And believe me, we can get a tremendous boost, and we can restore this hope for America and for our liberties. Thank you very much.